And the American people have heard the phrase whole of government and whole of America approach when it comes to the Trump administration's response to the virus. One America's Chanel Rion has more on the military's role.
One American News sat down with Andrew Naggs, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Special Operations in Combating Terrorism. Naggs was appointed by President Trump and oversaw key policy directives at the Pentagon. Naggs is now running for U.S. Congress in the 7th District of Virginia and says the military is going to be a key component of how we contain this new pandemic logistically.
I have every confidence that President Trump will lead us successfely through this challenge. Now, with respect to what the military, the role that the military plays, and more broadly, the national security apparatus, it is at this point a circumstance of being responsive to national leadership, civil authorities, and being available to transport goods, to provide surge medical response.
Thus far, 2 Navy ships have been deployed to provide emergency hospital beds on both the east and west coasts. 4 military field hospitals have been deployed to Washington State and New York City. Naggs says this crisis has only highlighted President Trump's leadership.
He's absolutely right to treat this as an invisible enemy. And it's hard to think about a virus or a pandemic being an enemy, particularly since the way that we defend against it is different. It's not bullets, it's not bombs, but it still requires the same elements of leadership and decisiveness which we're seeing from the president.
Beyond the logistical assistance that the military provides in times of a non-combat invisible enemy scenario, Naggs says we must continue to learn from this crisis from a national security vantage.
We must hold the Chinese Communist Party, the Chinese government, accountable for cheating the rest of the world out of at least 2 months of preparation.
This, says Naggs, is a realization sorely missing from most in Congress, who have, for too long, ignored the China threat, which, Naggs adds, includes our dangerous dependence on Chinese drugs, a dependence that did not go unnoticed by at least one member of Congress.
That's one of the reasons why I'm so proud of Senator Tom Cotton and the bill that he's putting forth that will prohibit the purchase of Chinese pharmaceuticals by any federal agency starting 2 years from now, and that gives incentives to companies to bring manufacturing back here and to start producing pharmaceuticals.
Naggs says this is in line with President Trump's long-standing mission to make China a fairer trade and world partner.
I have every confidence that the president will hold the Chinese accountable, and that's one of the reasons why I'm running for Congress, is to help the president finish the job of holding our adversaries accountable.
The coronavirus, says Naggs, from a national security and military standpoint, has brought to light the necessity of international accountability and national dependence, and the necessity of a Congress that understands this. Chanel Rion, One American News, the White House.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.